day, viewers. My name is Eunice Ogurutsimi. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Justice for You, brought to you by Edward Foundation, an organization that renders free legal representation to indigent and wrongly incarcerated inmates. We aim at the congestion of prison, so we focus on victims of police brutality. Today, I have here with me Itunu Awalu. You are welcome. Thanks for joining us. Please, let's meet you.
My name is Itunu Awalu. I'm the Operations Manager at Edward Foundation.
Alright, you're welcome. Thank you. Today we'll be addressing the issue of police brutality and the justice system. And in the country, we hear of different cases of people being brutalized by the police. Can you kindly educate us on the role of the Nigerian police as stated in the law?
Okay, the Nigerian Police is an agency provided for under Section 241 of the 1999 Constitution. This agency is guided by the Nigerian Police Act 2018. Under Section 4 of that Act, the duties of the police is provided for, and they are as follows. 1. The protection of lives and properties. 2. The prevention and detection of crimes. 3. The maintenance of public safety, law and order. 4. The rendering of humanitarian assistance to people in duress. For instance, people of victims of road accidents, fire accidents, natural disasters like earthquake, flood, and so on and so forth. So they also ensure that the laws and regulations that guide people in the society are enforced by making sure that offenders are arrested, and they also detain some offenders. Now, in a situation whereby an offender is a report is made and they make arrest and detain the offenders, in some instances they also prosecute in court, usually in magistrate courts. That's where they have jurisdiction to prosecute. Or in that act, it is provided for that the police officer cannot only prosecute matters that a non-legal practitioner can prosecute, and some of these matters are those within the jurisdiction of the magistrate.
Alright. Comparing their roles as you have stated with what is obtainable in reality, would you say the Nigerian police have delivered their mandate?
Well, not totally, not all the way through, but they have really done a very good job. From the duties that I listed, the major one is the enforcement of the laws and regulations that have been laid down. And they are actually doing that, because if they are not doing that, then we'll be in a state of anarchy right now. Imagine a society where there is no police at all. You park your car in a particular place and someone comes to vandalize your car, and you have nowhere to go to make reports, no one to turn to, or someone is owing you money and the person is even threatening you, like you go to ask, okay, what about my money, what about this my property that is with you, and the person starts threatening you, I'm going to deal with you, what can you do? If there is no police, where do you go to? So to an extent, they are actually doing a good job. At least we can go to bed at night, sleep peacefully, and we have a great reduction in the cases of armed robbery. In some states or a little bit local environments or villages where police stations are very far from each other, and in those kind of environments, there are usually increase in cases of social unrest, issues of armed robbers attacking people here and there. But when you're in a situation whereby you have police stations here and there, you have roadblocks, and you have lots of police officers like within a mile to each other, there's usually a reduction in the rate of crime. So I think they are really doing well, but not all the way through.
Okay, so in reality and on social media, we're constantly heard about how the police is being bashed. Can you say anything positive that you have seen or heard of a police officer?
Okay, the first thing I would like to talk about is the police complaints response team. Now, this police complaint response team is provided for under this Nigerian Police Act 2018 under Section 109. Now, the duty of that police response team is for you to be able to make complaints. If you have any complaint against any police officer, they are your point of call. So if you make any complaint to them, like they have a Twitter presence, So if you can't go to the office, they have a Twitter presence, you can always lodge a complaint. Now, if you tag them in a post, if you make a post and you tag them and they don't respond to it, you can make a thread, a hashtag. Once you make that hashtag, another people join you and they call them out. Quickly they respond and then they give you a tracking ID. The investigation is as provided for under that act is to go on for 21 days. So within those 21 days, they carry out investigations, they keep in touch with you, and then you use the tracking ID to track the progress of that investigation. So that is a really commendable step for them, and they are actually working. The police complaint response team, they are actually working, and they have actually really helped people in making sure that erring officers are not just going scot free, and they made it easier for people to at least be able to connect with the police. And also there's this issue of a pregnant woman that police officers, she was stranded she was in labor in the middle of the night. She had no one to turn to, so the husband was just confused. He was going scatter, like he ran outside, went to look for a taxi or something, he couldn't get any. So he saw some policemen. They asked him, why are you roaming about like this? So he explained to them. Then they went back to their house, took the woman to the hospital, and then in the morning they also went to check on her. There's also this lady that came online a month ago, and she actually came to thank the police that some officers helped her. Her phone was snatched, and they helped in the recovery of the phone the following day. So those are the few examples I know.
So have you seen a policeman brutalize someone, or have you heard of any news where a policeman brutalized another person?
Well, I've not seen, like with my eyes, I've not had a first-hand experience with them. But it's in the news. Every day we hear of police brutality every now and then. For the past 2 months, the hashtag Black Lives Matter has been trending online. Now this actual trend started with the incident with George Floyd. Now after the incident of George Floyd, when an officer knelt on his neck and that for like 6 to 8 minutes, and that resulted in his death, the hashtag started trending. A lot of people from different communities, international communities, made protests. The protest continued, and the protest is still ongoing. Now, after the issue of George Floyd, we had another one raised, had Brooks. That one also, it was shot dead because he was scared. They were trying to arrest him. And he started running, and they shot him. Now, the Constitution provides that a policeman is supposed to carry out his duty with a level of responsibility and decorum. Now there are different ways whereby you can actually arrest a person, even if the person is trying to evade arrest. It shouldn't have to necessarily resort to shooting a person. But we've seen several cases where what the policemen do is to shoot. Once you try to evade arrest like this, they just shoot you, but they don't care whether you die or live, they just shoot you like that. So aside Razor Brooks, there's Andres Guardado. So this hashtag is still trending, and series of protests have been ongoing. Now coming down to Nigeria, on May 26th, this year, that's last month, Tina Ezekwe was shot. She was hit by a stray bullet and she died 2 days later. And this was as a result of policemen that they were just probably overjoyed or too happy. And they are usually fond of just discharging bullets into the air like that. Unfortunately for this 17-year-old, she was hit by this stray bullet. And then another person, that particular incident, another young man, Yakubu, was also hit, but he survived it. Unfortunately, Tina did not survive it. Also, last week, a man posted online, he said that he was riding a yellow car and was stopped by police officers, and they were asking him why he had to be riding a yellow car. You can imagine. So when the man now said, that is this car, he likes the color, that's why he has the car in yellow. So they're trying to get money from him. They're like, they're going to arrest him, they're going to charge him for riding a yellow car without a permit. So luckily for him, there was another truck coming. That truck was carrying a transformer. So they left him and decided to go for the the transformers, since they know that big money will come out from that one. Also, there's this young man, Mr. Ugo, who was arrested by so-called policemen. They actually arrested him in his house without stating anything. So the family members had to go online, call out to people to help them that they've arrested their son and they don't know what to do. So when they saw when the message went viral, you won't believe that police officers started sending threatening messages to this same family. So they had to resort to the police complaint response team. So there are lots of the cases whereby we have police brutality, like day in, day out. It's as if as we are talking now, there's one police officer brutalizing someone somewhere. So that's just it. It's just bad, really.
Alright, we work with Effort Foundation, an organization that gives free legal representation to indigent inmates for free. So how has the society been in terms of the scope of your work and funding?
That's a big one though. You know, an average Nigerian has this mentality that once you have been to prison before, you're a bad person. You've done something terrible. We don't want to associate with you. We don't want to have anything to do with you. So it's really an issue when you now tell people to bring money, that you want to bring out people in prison, you want to bring out inmates, you want to decongest the prison. They look at you like you're not in your right senses. That there are other things you can do with money. They don't understand that there are lots of innocent people who are actually languishing in prison, that anyone can end up in prison. You can, if I should do my hair like this, like the whole of my hair like this, and wear a crazy jean with a t-shirt and probably put a face cap, and I'm holding a phone and I'm just walking, a policeman might just decide to arrest me that, or why is your hair like that, or why are you wearing this kind of shoe, why is your jean like this, why are you wearing this. They can just arrest you for anything. So as Expo Foundation, we don't our focus is not on condemned convicts. No, we only focus on innocent and minor offenders, those that have committed minor offenses. We can't say all of them are totally innocent, but then when we see a situation whereby someone just probably stole bread, or someone who stole 100 naira, 200 naira, or 1,000 naira out of hunger or depression or something, he was in dear need of the money, and he just felt, okay, maybe I'm working with this person, and something just pushes the person. We are not saying that we are saying that if you are frustrated or down, that you can just decide to take what does not belong to you. No, we are not preaching that. But when we look at these minor offenders, we feel they are not supposed to be there. These are people that you can just put in a correctional center. Like they say that place is a correctional center. They are not correcting anything. This is someone that can actually go for community service and then go for therapy thereafter, so that you won't mix them with hardened criminals. You won't put them with people that are armed robbers, that have killed, that have committed very heinous offenses. You're not supposed to put them together. Now that is why we focus on the congestion of the prison, because we want a safer society. Because once you take people there, they will definitely learn a lot of things. They will mix with different set of people. If you don't get them out in time and they come out, it is going to affect each and every one of us. So when you tell people to donate, to support our cause, we are not the only organization doing this. Oh no, there are lots of organizations. There are people who have this passion for this job, who want to do it. At the end of the day, it is for us to have a safe environment. So when we tell people to support, they have this lackadaisical attitude, like they don't want to. We are bringing criminals to society, but that is not what we are doing. Because even after we bring them out, we work on rehabilitating them, because we don't just want them to go into the society with all these negative influence that they are coming out with. We want them to sit them out, put them in a counseling session, try to connect them with the society again, teach them how to reconnect with the society, how to move past whatever they have gone through. Even people that have not been in prison before, they tell you they are depressed. One thing will happen, they get depressed. Now imagine someone who has gone into that place. You sleep on the floor, sleep in dirty environment. That is your toilet, your kitchen, your dining table, your sitting room, your bedroom, everywhere. Some can't even, you can't even have a portion for yourself to lie down straight. Do you have to sit all through the night? Imagine coming out with all that kind of thinking in your head, and you're coming out, and then people now reject you. And they look at you and say, prisoner. This one has gone to prison before. Nobody wants to associate with you. You don't have friends. You don't have families that even praise you. Even some of them, their parents even insult them, curse them. Now this will make them become criminals at the end of the day, and that is why we do what we do. And we are hoping that the public will have a changed mindset. They will understand that this thing is for our own safety. This thing is for our own security. And I just hope, and I'm using this opportunity to plead with each and every one of us that whatever we can do in our capacity, nothing is too small. Whatever you can do in your capacity, support, donate, you can volunteer, reach out to us. And you don't know, maybe this person that we are even getting out is someone that if we don't get out, may at the end of the day want to come and harm you in the future. So please let's have a rethink, and let's put our mind to helping foundations like ours. Thank you.
Alright, thank you very much, Itunu. Thank you to our viewers. Kindly stay tuned for our next episode. We'll continue from where we stopped this week. Thank you.